time remaining, it means it's already on, but it's running.
It doesn't work so well.
That's something different.
Get your hands off me. I drink.
Just saying that this should be so easy.
It doesn't work.
I'm calling the meeting to order. We do have a quorum, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the agenda, if you look it over, I hope everyone has a copy. Under new business, I want to add the BOT strategic planning process, if that's all right. Will there be any other changes or additions to the agenda?
Strategic, I'm sorry, could you say it again? Planning?
It's the Board of Trustees strategic planning process.
Thank you.
I'll call for the approval of the agenda as changed. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Deb did send out the minutes several times. We did not meet last month, so the minutes that she sent earlier this week were from April. Anybody has any changes? I read them over several times. I thought they were fine. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you, Jeff. Public comment. Nice to see you.
Yes.
Old business, new business. So the Board of Trustees has hired a consultant to do a strategic planning process. And that was really one of the reasons I felt it was important that we get our strategic plan in prior to their starting their process, so they had something, a framework to work from. So at the board meeting after we approved the strategic plan, I presented it to the trustees, and it was accepted. Ryan's comment was, well, it looks like every single one of these requires more than just the Senior Services Advisory Board to do. And I said, yep, it's teamwork. This is collaborative. It's a process. And he said, oh. So, they have this. And the Township Administration has asked all of the chairs of advisory boards. So there's a rec board, the senior board, Park Lake Advisory Board, and I believe the Zoning Board of Appeals. I'm not sure. But they've asked all the chairs of the boards to meet together at one time. So we're meeting on June 26th at 6 o'clock. Do you know, are they serving a meal to us, James?
I do not.
Do you know what the expectations are for that?
No.
Have you been asked to attend because you staff many also? Okay.
No. This first part.
June 26th at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, if this is about it, if this is in any way connected to teamwork, James had to be there.
Right.
He's the
Right.
part of it. Yeah, he's part of the team that makes the dream work. So it's like, yeah. So
Yeah.
how can you not do that?
Well, and it's from 6 to 8, and I asked, are they serving a meal? And how do you bring all the board chairs together and not bring the staff people and not serve at least pizza and a salad?
Right.
You know, are they going to pay us for that? I've been to many meetings that they don't pay me for. So it is the 26th. It is at 6 o'clock. So we should know more, obviously, after that process. And like I said, my goal was for us to have our strategic plan turned in before that happened, so that the consultant has something to reach and refer to as far as our work is concerned. So James, I know you had done a few surveys at the Senior Center about things they might be interested in. What'd you come up with?
I believe I received actually 30 plus surveys back, so that was pretty positive.
That's good.
And I compiled, who was interested in what and wrote
some stuff?
Here's a copy of the survey, if you like it.
I filled one out. So a couple of these have already been, the wildlife bird migration and the canvas painting. How did they go?
They went well. I think for instance, like the bird migration fun facts, I mean, that was a really interesting program. And I think the challenge is getting people to actually attend and see what the presentation or activities are about, because I think they really would enjoy them. Canvas painting was great. We had 6 that attended for the bird migration fun facts. We have 7 that attended. So getting those numbers up, I really like the activity and presentations that we have done in the past and have coming up in the future. But I really could use help with recruitment as far as getting the word out to members and actually getting teams to stay. We do have the AV driving safety presentation on June 25th. Unfortunately, that is not the one where if you attend and complete the course, that you can make a discount on your auto insurance. So I found out that that program is called the AARP Smart Drivers course. So I emailed them, I'm waiting to hear back. Because there is a cost to that. I'm reaching out to see if they do community outreach and they can come to the senior center and do that at no charge.
That'd be great.
So I'll report back once I do that.
And this matter of balance, September 10th to October 29th, that's 6 weeks. 8 weeks.
That's
8 weeks. And where will that one be done?
It will get done at the senior center at 1 o'clock.
All right.
And I had that the presenter from Tri-County will come over on August 8th and talk to the seniors about the program, try to get interest, build up, try to get the open house will be participating.
On your survey, did people express interest in that?
Right now, from the survey, we have, this was the biggest program that said yes to. We have 12 that said yes, and we have 2 that said no.
Oh, that's good.
Good number.
Yeah, Tri-County Office on Aging, a matter of balance.
Okay.
And you were going to try in the fall to do cooking for one?
Yes, we're going to look to bring that back with MSU extension. So
Right.
the presenter was having help.
Right. So that we can look forward to cooking for one in the fall?
Yes.
Again, that's like an 8-week program or a 6-week program or something, so people need time to plan for that. Put it in their planners, you know. We're all busy.
So the goal is to, like, in the fall, once I get the fall program laid out, to do these surveys quarterly to find out interest. And what I'd like to do, we're kind of calling people before and say, just a reminder, you know, we're looking for one thing up next week. So
Yeah, we can have those.
So Christina, that sounds like a good fit for people that, you know.
yeah,
We've asked about things like that, like what can we do to make life better,
yeah,
you know? And
that's
it's a great idea.
great.
Also, I think that there would be interest on the part of the patrons to meet the police chief. We have a new police chief, we have a new fire chief, and we have a new police dog, a K9. We now have a K9 cop. They wouldn't necessarily have to make a presentation, but, you know, to schedule to know on Wednesday, you know, the police chief's coming in at lunchtime, or Wednesday, whatever, July 15th, whatever. The next Wednesday, the fire chief's coming in. I just think, personally, from my own experience, when I've had to call 911, I felt so relieved when the guy who came to the door was somebody I'd met. I trusted them, I felt secure, that I knew who they were, and they recognized me because, you know, I've been around, you know, and so I just think that that might be really nice for people at the senior center, since we have new leadership at the level. Any questions for James? This is really great, James, thank you so much. We would be willing to make some phone calls, don't you think?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
That'll help a lot.
How about I know Ray's not here, but do you want to give us an update from the board meeting at all? I know we're just flying government flags.
That was, yeah, well,
Was that passed?
that was passed that basically government property, government flags, to make it a nutshell.
Right.
And it was,
And then the other big thing that they discussed last week, I didn't stay for, what was storage, moratorium on more storage in the units in the township?
yeah, that's still up in the air of, that it would be a commercial storage for self-storage units. Whether, there was a moratorium that was advised by the group to the board to put a moratorium on. Meanwhile, there's some people already working and putting money into building more storage units.
Right.
So it's still up in the air of whether the decision is, I had not heard anything about it until the meeting.
Well, it seems to be quite a debate between DeWitt Township and Bath Township on the storage units.
Right, and I don't get what there's something that I don't know about, obviously.
And then two other things, they approved the Friends of Park Lake Summer Solstice Celebration, which is Friday night from 6 to 10 at Wishwasher Park. Free music, free concert, whatever. And then they also have approved and funded the Bass Festival. They gave them, was it $10,000?
Yeah, I think it's 10. And they're also going to, just so you guys know, we're going to have the police dog come to Summer Solstice Friday. And probably different police officers.
But the Bath Fest is the first weekend in August, like it always has been.
1, 2, 3.
Called Bath Days, now called Bath Fest. But that is up and running. Now, in the past, the senior center has had a table at Bath Fest. And we've passed out cookies and had menus for the next month there. That is the first weekend in August. We will be meeting in July. We should think about whether or not we want to do that and maybe talk with the kitchen staff about whether or not it's possible for them to provide cookies for us.
Should I put that on the agenda? Discuss that? Should I put that on our agenda for the board meeting to discuss?
No.
Well, we're thinking about
Not for the
outside
Saturday.
the table. Can I ask you a couple questions about what you said? Okay, moratorium on like allowing businesses to build more storage units, is that what we're talking about?
Right, like commercial, and there was some talk about, it was very weird because 3 or 4 guys were here from a business that had already invested money in putting 2, I believe, different places in Bath Township storage units for commercial use. So instead of you putting your home goodies in there, would be like my business. That was part of it. So, and why the planning commission had already put a moratorium on building any storage units in Bath Township was complete new news to me.
So that did happen though, the planning commission did.
No, they recommended it, but it was only
Recommended.
to discuss, not to make action on. So I was certainly left out of the loop of why this came about, that we have enough or environmental.
Well, and it seems like we're competing with DeWitt Township for
That could be
storage
what's-
facility space. I don't understand it.
Yeah, I don't, there's something going on that I don't understand, I think.
And what was said about summer solstice?
Oh,
They approved the Friends of Park Lake use of the park,
yep,
and
insurance,
provision of liability insurance provided by the township for the access that evening in the park.
And was the date then?
Friday, June 20th, summer solstice.
2 days. And our weather was perfect, guys.
Yeah, that was gonna be great.
And they'll probably bring our new police dog to introduce to everybody. And maybe that would be really fun to bring the dog to the senior center, I think. It would.
Well, I think that they would really like to meet the chief.
Yeah, and our chief, I'll talk to him.
Yeah, when the food's not out.
But,
Oh,
the dog.
I can just see,
So, do we have a public comment? No. Any comments from our board members? See you in July.
okay.
why not bring up at the board meeting, or I can just bring it up as a topic, is if we decide to have a table at Bath Fest, and get,
All we have to do is register.
No, we never asked permission.
I mean, as the township, if it's okay,
Yeah,
as
as
the
the township,
senior center has a
Yeah.
if the senior services advisory board has a
if
table.
we make a table if we decide we want one, then we just can decide when we want one if they say yes.
I think I can ask that at our rec meeting. I don't see that being promoting the seniors program. I mean, the more, the better. So I think that would be
I think we should.
welcome with open arms. So
The question would be, can we do it, the senior services advisory board do that in the name of the senior center?
Yes.
Or if the senior center has to do it, that would be the question.
Yeah.
I can get that.
And do you want to make that request for us, or see if that's okay?
We're happy to help.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, James.
Any other comments? Meeting adjourned. Did you have an email in your office?
I would look at